our sister company, who we own in the Lake District, called Wax Lyrical, who are basically a home fragrance business, very quickly at the start of the lockdown, converted 2 of their candle lines into hand sanitizer lines. So they went from making wax candles to making hand sanitizers, which was predominantly for the NHS to support them, but also obviously to sell through their own website and into retail markets. And in 2 weeks, they managed to engineer those production lines and develop a range of hand sanitizer lines. And that change of product obviously was a big, difficult obstacle that they overcome very quickly, and has resulted in some excellent sales for them.
I think the first thing was agility and innovation, and really bringing that to the forefront. Despite the uncertainty, I think and the sort of fear of the unknown, there was this opportunity for innovation. There was an opportunity to be flexible, to explore different routes to sort of supporting our clients. And I think there's a lot to be said for developing this sort of muscle memory of agility that you can then go forward and use that sort of in future business challenges. I think it was being very connected to our clients and our customers to really understand what they were going through and how we can adapt our products and services to really suit where they were at in various stages of their evolution in terms of the response to this. The other aspect I think we looked at was really just the values and relevance element. So whereas there was the agility and the flexibility to be innovative and failure and shall we try this and shall we try that, but it was having that sort of line of continuity. And I think that is what has held us in a really sort of good, strong position. So we're all about enabling healthier choices.
I got a phone call from my head of manufacturing that there's been massive floods in South Wales and our main supplier is under 2 foot of water. First time it's ever happened in this industrial estate, a complete black swan event. So he didn't know how he was going to, this is on a Sunday morning at 8:15 in the morning, just to let me know. I'll let you know when there's more information. So all of our production was completely wiped out. We just put in fully automated lines at our own cost in our manufacturing, our third-party manufacturer. So we had to rebuild that again. And we went from ground zero to full production in 32 days. And then we were hit by the pandemic. So we now know that if we need to, we can reset up full manufacturing, as long as you've got the outer building, in 32 days. Until you go through these black swan events, it's all theoretical. You think you may be able to do this, but there's things you learn by going through these that you only have to learn once. If you look at, for example, Singapore or South Korea, they've been through SARS. So when it came to this pandemic, they had the infrastructure in place to deal with it. So I think every single one of us are going to be better off as a business as long as you survive, because you've put the processes in place. The key is documenting those processes and making sure you can pull out the hand. But these things aren't taught in universities or in schools. You have to go through them to learn from them.
This becomes a blueprint for the future in terms of crisis management. But 3 real outtakes that I've taken is that when there's a crisis like this, it is generally much easier to push through any change in a business. And what we found as a company is that obviously the working from home piece allows us to fish in a much wider talent pool going forward. So instead of people being based within an hour of the office, we can take people in any country in the world if they can work from home, like we've proved works for us as a business. I think that also helps our employees in terms of balancing their lives, improving their mental health, and obviously drives autonomy into the business too. I think the second lesson is teamwork. There's a huge willingness in all businesses to work as a team, but you really see that come to the fore when people are working much more remotely and under a crisis like we've seen. And the online business, which I have talked about significantly this morning, there's been a huge acceleration of that, and understanding how they mine data and how they understand their consumers has really helped us understand what our structure should be for the future. So I think if I summarize the key lessons learned, it's crisis opens up lots of opportunities to change. In terms of the way we work, breaking down any silos that you have, it's about getting people separated and mixing much more. And we need to make sure we reflect the structure for the future, which is very much about transformation online. And COVID-19 has really accelerated our existing 5-year plan and pushed us forward, because we already had these thoughts and these plans in our 5-year strategy, but this just really helps us accelerate that.